Thank you. Very specific one, and then we'll hear from you there. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. I have a twofold question. One is about identity. I think, like, I'm from Germany, and coming to a broad country, I learned a lot about my own identity. If you have nothing to compare your own identity with, how do you really know your own identity? And I want to make a second point. In Germany, over 800,000 refugees came. We didn't know who those people are. People welcomed them. People really, really engaged into the community, helped, and they still do. There's a small minority which is really loud and is complaining about them, but there's a huge majority which really helps and engages with those refugees to integrate them. So what do you think about that when you talk about those huge flows of immigrants into England, because I can't see them?
Don't put the microphone back yet just yet. I want to ask you a question. Of those million refugees that Germany very famously welcomed, if, heaven forbid, but if one of them even was later involved in an act of terrorism, I know, I just want to, because we had the case, obviously that has happened, but I'm just interested in because of what Douglas said about the case of somebody, Salman Abedi, who was granted asylum in this country and then went on to kill. Does that change your view of the million who have been welcomed?
I don't think so, because also hundreds of thousands of Turks came 50 years ago and nothing really much happened. So if there's one person out of 1 million.
Okay, let's hear.
First of all, it's not the case that it's been fine with Turkish migration since the Gastarbeiter period. Merkel herself said in 2010 that it had been a disaster. Then 5 years later, she made the disaster far bigger. But you know, in 2008, Erdogan went to Germany and spoke to tens of thousands of Turks in Europe from the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany, and said at a massive public rally, "Do not integrate, but get involved in politics because we need you." I'm sorry, this is subversion. This is outright subversion of European democracies. So yes, we had a problem. And as for the, as it were, would it matter if 1 in 1 million became a suicide bomber? Again, it's a cost-benefit analysis, isn't it? As long as you're not the one standing outside the wine bar in Ansbach when the suicide bomber goes off, it might be okay for you. It might be okay, and it seems to be for most people in our political parties in Britain, it might be okay for you to not worry about this identity question, not worry about the numbers, but you've just got to hope your kids don't like Ariana Grande and go on the wrong night. But I think the cost-benefit analysis of this has to be weighed up, and if you do think that, then say it. Say, we'll take a suicide bombing every now and then, we'll take the stabbings every now and then. Sure.
Christine wants to come back, and then I want to hear another one.